Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today to do One Piece episode 594 review. So, of course, before I get started with anything, look down in the description below for the link to this week's episode of One Piece Official, and, of course, the preview for next week's episode of One Piece. All in the description down below. That's number one. And number two, a little bit of a disclaimer. No Japanese company, corporation, or network has any claim to this video. This video follows the rules and regulations and guidelines provided by YouTube/Google. The thumbnail is an original photo which belongs to no Japanese company, corporation, or network. The visuals are me. They do not own me. And the audio is me speaking over a homemade soundtrack or a soundtrack in general. They do not own my voice. Now, that being said, right? This week's episode of One Piece, there's a lot of exposition, right? Not the only fighting that we get is when we see Smoker and Tashigi take on Caesar Clown's subordinates, criminals that are now, Caesar Clown's henchmen. And it's basically a G5 firing cannons, Smoker doing his thing, Tashigi somewhat doing her thing, and that's all the fighting we get. However, the exposition that took place in this episode is actually very important. And of course, the introduction of a new danger to this arc, and that is Smiley, one of Caesar Clown's personal weapons, alright? And it appears to be this giant sludge slime-like creature. So, and it emits like this toxic gas that if you're caught in this gas, you wind up choking and dying, literally. I believe it was 4 or 5 of Caesar Clown's henchmen, while opening the door, they died. Now, let me explain the meat. But automatically, like, the episode would automatically get an okay plus, because of the fact that we're getting introduced to a new danger to this whole entire arc, and that's Smiley. And Caesar Clown, like, he's going balls to the walls, he's very serious. He wants to kill everybody who opposes him on this island. He wants to kill the G5 Marines. He wants to kill, of course, the Straw Hat crew, and anyone who gets in his way. Now, the thing about this, all right, is that what he does with that is going to be very. Oh man. What he does with that, and I apologize for all the 80s. What he does with that is Caesar Clown. Now, with that being said, the exposition. All right, let me get to that, because the exposition is actually the most important part of the episode, right? But since, again, I'll say it one more time, since we get the introduction of Smiley, Caesar Clown's weapon, then the episode would automatically be an okay plus. But because it is a big threat. But when it comes to exposition, number one. So let's start at step one. All right. When Law and Luffy were talking, and they're talking about Caesar Clown and what their goals are currently, and how we can't face them without hockey users, Luffy confirmed. Luffy himself confirmed that the only people who have hockey amongst the crew are the Monster Trio. That's it. End of story. In my personal opinion, I don't see how Frankie doesn't have hockey. Like, me personally, I just don't see it. Robin too, sort of, ish. Yeah. Because like Robin, she's been with the Revolutionaries for like 2 years, and you're telling me that no revolutionary learned new hockey, or did she not want to learn hockey? Like, I don't know. But as far as we know, Sanji was running around with newcomers in the island, running for like almost 2 years straight, and amongst other things like capturing cooking ingredients and so on and so forth. And Zoro's trained with monkeys, baboons, human drakes, human drills, and that's what we know so far. But in the time frame, they learned hockey. And what does that mean? And of course, Law even says that. Well, and Luffy says the only people right now in our alliance that can actually mess with Caesar Clown are you and me, Zoro, Sanji. So Law knows hockey. Now that automatically means that they have the 2 types of hockeys at least, which is Busou Shoku Haki, Armor Haki, and Kenboshin Haki, Observation Haki. Now, to a degree, I'm not too sure. Now, we do know that Zoro and Sanji can sense things because we saw in Fishman Island where they can actually feel Karibo when he was, Caribou, when he was, Karibo, I forgot his name, when he was trying to, you know, assault Shirahoshi, kidnap him. And they could feel it. But that we don't know if that means precognition. I mean, right now it means sensing things, but is it because Luffy, he's rocking some degree of precognition. Zoro and Sanji, we're not too sure yet. Law, we're not too sure yet at all either. Because Law, I mean, right now Law is rocking Rube. That's all he fucking... Rube. That's all he needs! He's so hacks. Oh my god. He's so fucking hacks. Jesus Christ. Alright. But, you know... So that's number one, right? Confirmation that those four have Haki, right? Sanji and Zoro especially, because people, you know, do they have Haki, yes or no? Yes, confirmed. Now, number two. We now know that the goal is Yonko, right? We want to go capture Yonko. They want to go take out a Yonko. Not capture, take out. They want to take out a Yonko. And the question is who? We're not too sure. But Law said someone. Luffy's like, you know what? Yeah, let's do this. So yeah, so the alliance, you know, they're in. The Heart Pirate and the Stride Pirate alliance is confirmed. It is. They are good to go. They're ready to fly. So that's number two. The confirmation of the alliance between the Stride Pirates and the Heart Pirates. Now, number three. The current goal, because like, you know, after they do the whole entire thing about, you know, how Law switches Frankie back into his original body and Chopper as well. How we have them talking about like the definition of alliance when it comes to Luffy's perspective and the Norm perspective, where the Norm perspective is just a cooperation between two individual groups in order to reach a common goal. And I mean, not really groups, but it could be individuals, whatever. And in the case of Luffy, it's like, no, we're fucking mates, bro. We're fucking mates. Yeah, right. We're fucking mates, man. Yeah, I'm fucking Australia for a few seconds, man. You know. Like, we're all buddies. Like, we're all chums. We're all pals. Best buddies. Yeah. And, I mean, that's what Luffy is. So, if you... And, like, Usopp even says, if you have the notion that you're going to be able to control us easily, I would get that out of your head. Because when Luffy wants to do something, guess the fuck what? He's going to fucking do it. It's just that simple. Now, that's number three. Number four is very important. Very important. Right now, the goal, the main goal, is to capture Caesar Clown. Not kill, capture. That's the main goal. That's the main goal. And of course, like there's side missions. Like Luffy explains how there's other side things that people are doing in his crew right now. Like for example, we have Sanji, Zoro, and Brook going after Kinemon. Who, by the way, those three are still out from the Yeti Cool brothers. But now that we've seen the Yeti Cool brothers in action, you're starting to wonder what exactly happened between Sanji, Zoro, and Brook, where they got taken out by these fuckers. So that's, you know, it's a big question mark as of right now. And when it comes to so that's, you know, that's that. But and also he explains how like right now we have him and Chopper, and you know, again, very funny funny scenes where we have, you know, they're like tying Chopper to like Law's head. Law's like, fucking yo, what the fuck is going on? Like, yo, he's like, wow, he's happening to me, and he's like, get this fucking reindeer off my fucking head. He wants out. He's like, dude, like this is not part of the plan. Like the plan right now is to capture Caesar Clown, but we're deviating from the fucking plan. Regardless, Law's gonna go back to Caesar. Law's gonna go back to Caesar Clown right now, and Chopper's gonna go and like a stealth mission, and you know, with the medicine and so on and so forth. Now, but the main thing about them capturing Caesar Clown is for the sole purpose, and Law says this, it's for the sole purpose of creating havoc. And they're like, what do you mean? And Law says, don't worry about it. He says, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Right now, just focus on the mission, which is capturing Caesar Clown. And he highly recommends the Haki users go in there and capture Caesar Clown. So, Havoc. What does that mean? Now, when you think about it from a face value standpoint, capturing the master of the supposed island would cause havoc and chaos amongst his subordinates. That makes sense. That makes obvious sense. However, when you think about it from an overall standpoint, what is the overall standpoint? To take out a Yonko. So what is capturing Caesar Clown have to do with taking out a Yonko? So the thing about, and remember, there was someone, when Law and Caesar Clown were talking in the flashback, he mentioned the name Joker. Of course, that's a code word. Why? Because we all know that there's no Yonko named Joker, right? There's Kaido, there's Shanks, there's Big Mom, and now there's the newly appointed Blackbeards. Yeah, ha 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 ha, dun 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 dun. But listen, man, it goes deep. It goes very, very, very deep. All right, like deeper than you think, because it's like, really? This guy's a scientist, all right, former colleague of Dr. Vegapunk, all right, and obviously there are going to be people, and he's a criminal. He's not a pirate, but he's a criminal. He's wanted by the Navy, the Marines, but because he's a scientist of such high value, who specializes in making weapons of mass destruction, quote unquote. There are going to be those who will be interested in that. So we go on from there. But it goes very deep. It goes very surprisingly deeper than you would think. It's like, how deep are we going right now? Are we gonna go like 6 inches deep, like 8 inches deep, or 12 inches deep? Like how deep are we going right now? Yeah. How deep do we have to go in order to reach the goal? I don't know, man. I mean, right now, originally it appeared to be only 6 inches deep, but now possibly 12, possibly 12. So. Who knows? But we're going deep. Real deep. I mean, we're going like super deep. And I'll leave it at that. But the exposition in this week's episode of One Piece was actually like the best part. Because it does hint strongly at a lot of things. A lot of things. And things that normally you would not consider until you actually take a deeper meaning about what Law is saying about this specific situation at hand, and that's very key. And of course, the hockey thing, of course, obviously, hockey up. All right, I'm done. So this week's episode of One Piece, I'll give it a good, because even though there was no real fighting, even though the animation was, of course, as usual, meh. The animation's always meh. Huh. I gotta fucking pee. And by the way, what is going on with the opening? I'm like, why is it still we go? I don't get it. We got, like, come on. Can we get to the new one yet? Please. Please. What the f? Alright, I'm done. Key lining. I'll give it a good. Because even though the animation was meh, the pacing was pretty solid. It was solid. Not that great, but it was still solid. And the exposition was like the main focus point of the episode, which they did a good job on. They did. And I'll leave it at that. And of course, Smiley being introduced, yeah, that's also automatic OK plus, and then gets bumped up to a good because of the exposition. So I'm done. Killing. Be sure, of course, rate, comment, and subscribe as always. And I'm signing out. Peace. Have a nice day.